Beautiful blessings and good morning to you guys. At least from the East Coast, it is about 9 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, the 31st, the last day of July, the last day of a lot of things, right? I hope that you guys are doing really well. I'm feeling the energies that have been encompassing us. Blah, 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 right? I can't even talk. And I know that you guys are as well. I'm not too big on the retrograde, but it is the last day. And of course, we are in the cusp of the Lion's Gate. I put up a video a few days ago talking about that, and I actually mentioned that a beautiful colleague of mine and a beautiful sound healer in his own right and I are going to be doing a beautiful event honoring the Lion's Gate on August 9th. If you happen to be in the tri-state area, it's going to be a beautiful fusion of cosmic and earth energy. He is a beautiful sound healer, and he will be opening up the field to hold the cosmic receiving of the energies of the Lion's Gate energy, and I will be offering a shamanic drumming activation, anchoring if you may, and together bringing the fusion of what we ideally should be doing whenever we receive these cosmic energies, which is to be an open vessel, but to also anchor them into the earth, to assimilate them into the embodiment of the body, and then to be the reflection of that, So we ingest it, we anchor it, and we then allow it to express itself like a flower growing out of the root, out of the soil. It is very beautiful. Anyway, the event is from 7 to 10 p.m. You can definitely find out more information by visiting my timeline on Facebook. If you happen to be on Facebook, I'll put the link to the event if you guys happen to be around the tri-state area. Or you could go on my website under events. It's going to be amazing. And we're going to be holding a field course for all those who are open, whether they happen to be with us or not, right? Just got a message this morning from a beloved who actually was saying to put something up regarding the Lion's Gate. He's actually seeing lions. I guess he wasn't specific actually if he's seen them, physically, just images, statues, or if he was seeing them cosmically, but it doesn't really matter because the Lion's Gate energy is definitely around us. Again, it's a high dimensional, 12th dimensional frequency. The Syrians are guardians, and whenever we get to this peak period of the Lion's Gate, they're here to help us grow, to take a leap into another spheres of experience. And so they can be, we could experience great leaps of growth, of revelation, of epiphanies, of realizations, of, just stepping into almost like spontaneously, into another realm of experience, because that's how powerful the energies are, and the activation of that can create a spontaneous revelation or realization that can completely open new doors, new experiences. So it's intense, but it's also very exciting, right? I promised that I would be back to do a little oracle, and of course, since we're under such cosmic domain, I am using the Angels of Atlantis. It's not a deck that I use very often, but when I'm feeling these high surges of energies, I trust that this oracle is going to speak to us. It's a soft deck, but with a lot of intensity behind it, if that makes any sense. And so I've been placing my energy in the deck, and you know how this works. We take a beautiful inhale of prana and exhale to release and to be an open vessel for whatever messages may come through. I am feeling ready because I've been placing my energy in the deck for some time. Balance is the first card. Absolutely powerful card. The image of the card, we're all sort of familiar with it. You know, the geometry of the balance of it's exactly, you know, what the event that we're offering represents. To receive the cosmic activation, to allow it to assimilate, but to ground it is just as important. To be able to anchor it and then to be the embodiment of expression. Make sure that you're keeping balance. Make sure that you're not being too much of this or that in your practice. Remember that the cosmic realm is so delicious, but so is the embodiment and the expression of your everything in the earth experience. Be open. This is a card to be receptive, to be open, primarily for activations, attunements. If you're considering an attunement, some kind of initiation, this is a perfect time to schedule that, because the energies will be so in alignment with the flow of, you know, that type of energy transmission. Yes. And by the way, I'm sorry, I can't always pronounce the name of these angels, but associated with the angel Gabriel. And that's important because Gabriel is about romance and playfulness. And so while this card is very intense, it's also inviting you to be playful and whimsical about the process. And then a card out is gratitude. Absolutely, right? Ezekiel. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Gratitude. Feel the richness around you, the abundance, and what's to come. I feel a lot of riches, blessings in this card. And that's going to come in many forms, not necessarily always, you know, what we think of money, alchemy, although it's definitely present, but resources, you know, things, people, ideas, things that we somehow didn't feel like we had all the answers for. All of a sudden, this rich resources of ideas, of solutions, of resolutions, of just deliciousness, of abundance. I love that card. I love it. Peeling one more, so let's see. And the angel Hamel and willpower. Let's look at that card for a second. Yeah. Knowing that you can go the extra mile, you know, there's been such heaviness with, I say heaviness because in the midst of all this growth energy, you know, it's not always easy on a physical level to move through, to have the courage, to have the endurance to do or to complete what it is that we're being asked to fulfill from the soul, from our purpose. I feel like what's that term? On the last leg, or like the last, you know, part of that run. Don't give up. Use your willpower, use your determination, the calling, the fire of the deepness of what you know that you came, you know, that you are being called to fulfill, and know that you're being led. I feel a lot of guidance in here, even though we may feel that we're alone in this journey of completion, whatnot. You know, even though this card is a card of water, there's a lot of fire coming in from that circle. So again, also feeling the unison of the earth and the cosmos. You know, they're telling me one more, so we're going to honor that. And again, the Archangel Gabriel here. benediction. I love that. Yes. Know that we're being blessed. Know that there's an amazing cosmic force, the Lionsgate force, that is illuminating, that's penetrating, that's directing us, that we are under the starlight of illumination, of arrival. This is an amazing card if you see, of actual initiation, of receiving a great energy, a portal energy that's going to activate. And so again, I'm sort of feeling here, if you, I hope that somebody is scheduled to receive an attunement, but if you're not and you've been thinking about it, even if you schedule it within this time period and not necessarily, I don't feel that it's necessary to actually receive it within the gateway of the Lion's Gate, which is up to the 12th, but to step into it. There's a great calling for initiation, maybe to be reactivated. It's kind of reminding me of somebody who reached out to be reattuned. And why not, if that's what's calling to you, because these are new energies, these are definitely new beginnings. And so if that's something that's calling out to you, this card is definitely validating that this is a time for great initiations and attunements. Yes? And one more. And we're going to end this with the Archangel Uriel. Yeah. And I said, these cards are intense in energy, but delicate in their messages. Trust the process, trust where you are, trust what's unfolding. There's a greater vision to what's unfolding, and sometimes when we're in the middle of a process, we can only focus on the physical, on the limitation of what we think it represents. But there is something always so much greater, other things, not just one thing, so many other things unfolding in the process of it. I don't watch much TV, excuse me, but every once in a while, I'll scan to see if I see something that I feel is gonna fuel my soul or stimulate my consciousness. And there is this Netflix series called Dark, and by no means go by the name, like Dark. It is this incredible series. It only has 2 seasons, but I'm telling you, I've been like this because it's about time traveling, and you really have to pay attention because there are so many strings of the same lives being in so many different places, and who's your father and your sister and your cousin all at once. But I just love it because it illustrates that we are timeless and that we are and can be in many different timelines. I just taught a class in the advanced shamanic teachings group, the Unity Tribe, about that very subject, that we truly are in more than one dimension at this very moment, and we're outlining the infinite number of potentials and experiences and desires that we as a soul desire to fulfill, and playing it out. And so while this experience may seem limited, please know that there's other realities of you that are fulfilling, and maybe struggling through something in that timeline that you've fulfilled here. How that becomes amazingly part of the puzzle and of the experiences, that when we realize that we have access to those other realities, we can pull and and push and gravitate to those little parts that we may find ourselves yearning here. A yearning is something that's already in play. It already exists somewhere. And when we have the ability to recognize that, we can tap into those other realities and draw some of that here. Yes? And we definitely are at that timeline. So don't feed into limitation. Don't feed into because it's not seen, or there's no evidence, or it's invisible. And please do not allow yourself to dwell in that feeling of lack or depression or sadness, because that is only redirecting you away from the potential of what already exists. So, strive to connect to the knowingness and to the vision, and feed the desires, knowing that if it's a desire, it already exists, and let that desire then gravitate you to the reality where it is playing out, so that you can draw it here. Yes? I hope all of that makes sense. I know that it does on a subconscious level. If it doesn't, while you're listening to it, remember that willingness is always the greatest protocol. Hey, you guys, I love it that you will share messages. Thank you for those who place a comment, or who continue to encourage me to make suggestions for topics that you would enjoy us doing myself doing a share with, the interaction of that. Thank you so much. I love that. And again, if you happen to be in the tri-state area, I will put a link to the description of the amazing event that a beautiful colleague of mine and I will be holding here in Staten Island on August 9th to honor the Lions Gate. And of course, as always, I leave you with the segment Lions Gate energy. Blessings to be receptive, to be open, to allow the guardians to teach you, to rise, to uplift you, the lion's roar, to let it take you to where you need to be, in the highest form, in the highest version, in the highest expression of what your soul came here to be. And don't forget that I leave you always with my love, with my light, and with my peace. Love to hear if the readings resonated with you. I love you. I will be back soon.